Energy is created by your feelings, guys. So how are you feeling today? Because time flies and no time to waste. Emotions are not what you think they are. Hello, my name's Anne Spencer and welcome to In Hindsight. Talking emotion. Sorry, can't help it. Where really I just try to self-actualization for the nation. Well, that's from the Maslow theory of a balanced life. And I'm trying to do that. I'm constantly trying to do that for myself. So I'm thinking maybe it can help you too. That's what this is all about, really. There's a higher place that each of us can reach while we're here floating about in this planet for the short space of time that we do. There is so much about staying positive and having a different outlook, an outlook that can really change change the way you look at things. The things you look at change. There's one, But staying positive in difficult situations can be hard. But the thing to do is accepting uncertainty and change are all part of life. We know that much. I mean, look at the last year. And you just don't know what's going to happen next year, etc., etc. But it's focusing on what you can do about your situation, which will help you cope even better, or just better than you are if you are finding it difficult. Break down those complex issues into smaller parts, like you would if you were teaching yourself something. You've got to start just with the smaller things to understand the foundations to move forward. And then you're able to tackle them, darling, tackle them one at a time. Give yourself a break, man. That's the bottom line here. So it's important not to give yourself a hard time. And we all do that, don't we? I know I do. You give yourself probably a harder time than you will anyone else, even your own enemy. Just saying. So challenges you are facing at any given time are only temporary. And even though we know that, we still sort of absorb ourselves in them, swim in them for longer than necessary. So coping with the unexpected is unsettling, obviously, because you're going right outside of your comfort zone. And you can learn from that, though. You can learn from your own experiences. It's essential to get things wrong, to know your own limitations as well as your strengths. It's repetition. Probably everything is saturated with information like this, but just to connect, just to keep feeding information in is a good thing. We want to make the most. We want to make the most of our time here. So don't waste your energy and anything else. Like I say, tempus fugit. Time flies. Get rid of that negative energy. You don't have the time to waste. Like I say, you've got lots of other things that you want to focus on and move forward with. Otherwise, you're just sort of throwing those hours away. Believe you me. Don't be at the mercy of your emotions. Your brain creates them. And if you've got a really vivid imagination, well, it can work to your advantage. But let's face it, you might be using it the wrong way. Emotions are not what you think they are. Understanding how you feel. The brain's not wired to have emotional circuits. Yes, I was born for me to think that way, to go down that path if anything happens. No, emotions are guesses. That's what they are. They're guesses. Guesses that you construct to feel good or bad. And those feelings are not built into you. They're not built into your brain at birth. Those neurons that are firing and wiring, like I said in previous episodes, they're sifting through things that have happened to you in the past. Depending what age you are, you might have a hell of a lot sifting through there. I know I have 60 years of it. But the brain is constructing those and predicting. And predicting is what the brain does. So you are creating a really good novel. And the thing is, like a lot of things we do, predictions again are primal. The primal animal. Brain predicts and constructs the world for you. That's why we've got so many wonderful people with marvellous imaginations who create great novels, They really do, especially the horror ones. Reading emotion on a face, for example, that's not like reading words on a page. You are making your own mind up emotionally from others that you see and you connect with, from your own construct of experience. So those emotions are not in the face and body. We have to connect them to something, and thereby all our energy is created by your own feelings. So we must try to create or recreate something that's better for us, rather than that familiar, oh, it's not working for me, oh, I don't feel good, oh, this always happens to me, blah, blah, blah. You know, as we've said before, when you talk about happiness, we can't be up there all the time. And it's good that we can't, because we level things out, but you don't want to get too deep or too into the inner depths. But there are mindfulness techniques, as we've said before. But happiness is like churning butter. I remember somebody said, actually, I think it's Goldie Hawn, she does something called Mind Up. And it's a choice, isn't it? Happiness is a choice. If you feel low, depressed, anxious, you must be able to tenderize yourself a little bit more, you know. Your brain is an organ. You can use it to the way you want to. Performance. Anyway, like I say, it's Mental Health Awareness Month, and that's why I thought I'd do something a little bit more, although this is what I have been talking about. Moving to In Hindsight was really reflecting on a lot of things that are going on. Yes, it is good to connect with people, but all this situation about hugging, I mean, I don't know about you, but in the UK, Britain, Scotland, are we really a culture of huggers? I didn't know that. I mean, yes, it's nice to see your family and associate with them, but I don't run about hugging them all the time. Do you? Unless that's just me. But certainly, everything on television is indicating that, you know, oh my God, I can't believe it. It's lovely to hug you again. So what do you do after the hug? How do you feel after the hug? Oh, that was a good hug. So how do you feel? Great, but I'm not staying long. Got to go home and make the dinner. Bye. Might sound a bit cold and brash, that, but life is like that at times, isn't it? I mean, what we feel about ourselves and others is never always obvious. We might not hug, but we love. And we can connect in many different ways within a small arena and through various mediums that technology offers. One of which is, dare I say, social media. But with that, we have to recognise, we have to have an overview of that. Social media, right? Yeah, not always good, we know that, but adapt, you have to. Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. The list is endless, good or bad, but we can use it to our benefit. Our response to social media, or what we see within its grasp, but we can't stop that. But we can recognise now, right now, make it a point that you have the ability to have an overview. Sum up what you need. Taking some things with, well, a pinch of Himalayan salt. But look out, be on guard. There may be a number of caveats that are quite concerning. It's merely being vigilant. You are in control. Like life, you can apply the same to life. Look at what works. Focus on that. Focus on what's important and get that into your view. If it's not working out, well, take another shot. It's great. Life is great. You've been given just one. Give it all you have, guys. It's the life you are supposed to love, despite what it looks like. And remember, take the time to reflect on what you love to do, your passion, and how can you align to that. I've said it before. I'll say it again. Immerse yourself. Find who you really are. And as you do, you move in the direction of what you feel good. So that's your desire. Satisfaction, true sense of well-being. You find yourself in a more dynamic environment. You'll create that environment. That environment is where you belong when you're focused on those things that are important to you, what it is you want to do. You'll stimulate your creativity and you will go above and beyond. Believe you me. No obstacle will stop you and you'll feel much more fulfilled. The bottom line, in this world, the world we live in, it is necessary to make money. That's silly not to think that, but that doesn't mean it needs to be a top priority when choosing your career or something that you love. Ultimately, you'll do better and you'll work your way up faster to the job you genuinely care about. So instead of following the money, follow your passion and give your career a boost. Whatever it is you're doing, there'll always be someone who needs what you're doing. There has to be. And if it's the creative side, dancing, musical, whatever it might be, naturally you will be fulfilled. If it's the opposite, whether you want to be an accountant or anything within administration, if you love it, those things will start connecting to you. Absolutely. There's no doubt that we all do. And if you are at this moment in time feeling lost and out of control, and we can, if you aren't taking any action to turn your life around, if you need to, or change things, chances are you will live the same routine for the rest of your time, because it's easy to fall into that routine, particularly as you get older. And maybe life is uncertain for you now and then, but you are capable to take back control of your life and change it round. You really are, just by being aware of your energy, by reflecting on what you do and how you are feeling today. That is self-awareness, that's self-actualization. And that's it's a balanced theory where you can find a higher place for yourself and then just allow your imagination to flow. And it's true. I mean, follow your passion and success will follow. It's actual enthusiasm and passion. When that's present, people tend to be more resilient anyway. This is the whole irony, isn't it? When they encounter obstacles, or it's a catch-22, people are more passionate about what they do when they encounter those obstacles. They feel they have the strength and the resilience to carry on through it because they know what they're wanting, they know what makes them feel good. Is that an irony? I don't know. It's a catch something, isn't it? Another way, or simply put, your concept of yourself is everything that you believe to be true. Well, that seems logical, and it's true. And everything that you believe to be true about yourself has landed you precisely where you live, where you work, where you breathe now. And not necessarily does that mean that you have to be exactly what you believe yourself to be. You can believe yourself to be anything. Okay, it's a little bit paradoxical there, but your beliefs about yourself are like ingredients in a recipe, for example, that you use to create your own self-concept. And those ingredients or those beliefs fall into different categories. And that's the outer concept of yourself and the inner concept. That runs a little bit deeper, and I might talk about that in the next episode. But basically, these ingredients include everything you accept as true concerning what you are physically and capable of. And all of these things have manifested through the years. And if you like them, it's fantastic. And nobody's saying that to do ordinary things is wrong. It makes you happy. You can connect with everyone else. But sometimes it's nice to have the extraordinary. And really, would you be listening to these type of channels now if you didn't want something a little different? To have something a little bit more, a little bit away, whether you're anxious, away from anxiety, away from worry, away from all these things that we're having to face day to day. It's smart to want to not have to cope with things that are making you feel unhappy, perhaps, but not really. Does it take Einstein to be more capable in some areas than others, whether it be into technology, or if you want to learn a language, or if you want to learn to act, sing, or do anything? Your imagination is your key to realigning with who you are presently and to have that presence. Like Einstein said, your imagination will take you everywhere. Within this realm, this guidance of knowing is always available to you whenever you want to stop and try and think and reflect about where you are. You are aligned in body and mind and within your spirit. And this means living in harmony, actualizing yourself with your own personal, if you like, feeling on purpose and living the life you were intended to live, and feeling the presence of your highest self at work. The highest self because it's your passion, and you will then master it. That's quite simple when you kind of break it all down. Quite simple indeed. In America, the land of the free, for many years now, they've been geared towards affirming positive thoughts, manifesting and meeting in communities to connect and inspire one another, even down to the level of Well, science, the studying the brain and the difference that being positive makes on our overall health. And that has drip fed slowly here into the UK. That's good. And you can see that even with various adverts now on television and YouTube. So we have the power to do incredible things when you get into the habit of affirmations. You know, you want confidence in yourself and in your own abilities. You'll always make the right decision when you need to, believe that you will. And then you'll become more honest in what you're saying and what you're doing and what you're saying to yourself. Then you'll be in charge of your life. And your confidence will grow more and more every day. Know as well that you will make a difference when you're finding yourself in a good place. You'll make a difference to other people. You'll be constantly inspiring other people around you. And be proud of yourself and your achievements. It doesn't matter. Nothing's small, in fact. I was going to say it doesn't matter how small, but nothing is small. It's unique to you. Wake up each morning feeling confident and empowered. Confidence is, well, it's your birthright. You're successful in everything that you do, you know, and you'll attract that by being authentically you. Every day in every way, you'll become more confident. All of your thoughts, your plans, your ideas, they'll lead you to where you need to go. And you'll feel certain, even in the face of uncertainty. Believe me, it's optimism, and you will exude that. I'm confident in the decisions I make. That's what I say to myself. And I trust myself and my intuition. Even if it goes wrong, it won't matter because I'll take another shot. You know, live it, live it, live it, and feel grateful. We must find the time to be present in all the different things and thankful for those things. You can be, because you can't feel thankful and unhappy at the same time. So to me, that's a no-brainer. Life's under no obligation to give us what we expect. So you can roll with that. And whatever you're doing, enjoy it. Have fun with it. Thanks for listening, and if you can, subscribe and follow me. Join me the next time. I'll be back. Thanks for listening, guys. Bye.